Well, good morning to the one person who's out there watching. I guess we'll get started. I said I'd get started at 10 o'clock. Maybe other people will pop in and hopefully watch this video later on. Tell me how the sound is by hitting the thumbs up button. So we have a couple pairs of pet grooming shears to sharpen this morning for a local dog groomer. And if you saw my video short, I already did a test on these shears, but we're going to do it again. Hey Jim, thanks for popping in. So here's a large pair of grooming shears. So you can see they're not cutting at the tip or there or at the back. So these are just in bad shape. Right there, they're cutting right there. So here's the curved pair. Oh, I don't know what is going on with our internet. I just saw Frontier communication truck driving down the street. So they may be working on the internet in our subdivision. These don't cut either. So they're not cutting. So we've got to fix them. Hope you are still on. Tell me how the sound is. Hope it's good. So I was debating whether I was even going to take these apart. It looks like somebody has taken them apart before and messed up the screw. So we're going to try to take it apart. Just makes it a little easier on the sharpening of the shears. So just a little thing to look at. If the screw is all messed up, you know the previous sharpeners had problems with it, or the dog groomers had a problem with keeping the tension on the shears. So we're going to take them apart. We're going to start with the straight shears. Quiet, hey, sorry about that, guys. We are, hey, quiet. We are sharpening pet grooming shears. Stop. That's my security team. And they're barking at somebody walking a dog down the street. Sorry about that. So I put these through my ultrasonic cleaner. They had all kinds of junk on them. They're still pretty nasty. Would you stop? So I've got a chewed up ride line right there. Right in there. I'm sorry about that, folks. We're locked up again. I'm not sure what's going on with the internet. That sucks. It's stopping and going. I'm going to keep rolling. Quiet! So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to buff them up a little bit. I'm sorry y'all keep having to pop in and out. There's something wrong with the internet here. So we're just going to do our Scotch-Brite wheel, use our Scotch-Brite wheel to get some of the corrosion off of the shears. They were kind of rusted up. I cleaned them as best as I could with the ultrasonic cleaner. The groomer is evidently not taking really good care of, it's a guy actually, his grooming tools. So he asked me if I thought I could sharpen these up. I said, yeah, I can make them sharper for you. He said they weren't cutting at all. They're not a high quality pair of shears, but we're going to do our best to get them cutting better. Sorry about the internet going on and off. Are y'all still there? Can you see the video? I hate to reboot everything. I rebooted my router yesterday and everything seemed to be working good. Television works good, internet works fine. It just seems when I'm doing the live stream in the morning that we have a problem. I saw one of the cable company. We have Frontier Communication Cable in the area, and I saw the truck driving down the street real slow. So they may be working on the internet. Can y'all hear me? Still okay? Thanks, Jim. Keeps kicking off. I don't know what's going on. And I only notice it when we do these live streams. Thanks, Raymond. All right, we got these clean now. Maybe right there at the pivot point. There's a little rub on that. And these are just the Scotch-Brite wheels that I made. I glued one of these Scotch-Brite wheels onto my steel plate. I think it works pretty good. All right, we're going to go back over here because we're going to do the ride line work first. So there's some little bad areas on the ride. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but right in the tip. But if you were at the beginning of the video, you notice cut it all. So I'm gonna get aggressive with it. I'm gonna do the 1000 grit stone, work the inside. So just a little work, make them look a little bit better. We're having all kinds of technical difficulties this morning. Dogs barking, internet not working. I'm hoping it's, y'all seeing it. Hope y'all hit that thumbs up button. If you hit the thumbs up button, it helps the algorithm, and YouTube will show it to other people. More people online. And it does help our business. When y'all hit that thumbs up button, it helps my channel. All right, still a little bit of work right in there. And y'all's support of my YouTube channel does help our little business grow. We get a little bit of money off of YouTube. We're almost there. There's still a couple of little shadows there at the beginning of the blade. Now I like to work the ride lines before I go to the flat hone and ground a new edge on it. Some guys do it afterwards. I actually do it both ways. I do it before and after. I want a nice defined line before I sharpen this side of the blade. That's just me. I mean, there's different ways to sharpen. Everybody's got their opinion and their way of doing things. And you know what they say about opinions. So right there in that tip looks bad. Put a little pressure on it. We're almost there. Still just right there. And right there. All right, let's see if we can get this done. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're new to watching me, my name is Mike White. I'm with Sharpen Right Services, located in League City, Texas. League City is halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. And we're a home-based and mobile sharpening service. We sharpen salon, barber, and these are pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. So all of these tools came in from a local dog groomer. Still right there at the tip. And he dropped them off last night. And so I'm getting them knocked out for him. I've got a bunch of clipper blades to do after I do these 2 pairs of shears. I got about a dozen from the guy, the groomer the local groomer, and then I probably got about 20 or so from mail order yesterday. So I need to get those done today and back out in the mail tomorrow. So it's going to be a busy afternoon with clipper blades. All right, that looks good. Okay, so we've done the ride line work. That's what the edge looks like. Look bad on the outside. So what I did in the beveled edge, and these are beveled edge shears. These are not convex shears. So I'm going to just mark the previous bevel with red marker. And the reason why I do this is I'm going to do what's called a scratch test to find out what the edge angle. I want to match that edge angle as close as possible. And I feel something right there at the tip. That's rough right there. So we're going to move over to the flat hone. And unfortunately I'm going to have to turn on my dust collection system, and it's going to be loud. Let's move the lights around. I appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, let's see, we got all the gates open correctly. Move the light over here. Move some lights around. All right, I'm going to get aggressive with these. Please hit that thumbs up button to help the algorithm. Let's try it 45 degrees. That looks real good. Still looks a little odd right there, but I feel a burr. I'm feeling for a burr all the way across the blade. I feel a burr all the way across the blade. I should have changed out abrasives before we got started, but I didn't, so we're going to keep going. It's good. All right, we're going to stop there on the abrasive. What I like to do is I like to try to take off the burr at this point. All right, we look good. think we look pretty good. I'm hoping anyway. Appreciate y'all watching out there. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button to help our little channel out. Your support does help our little channel grow. Alright, I filled burr all the way across the blade. Sped up that. Hope y'all subscribe to the channel. Looks good. Alright, I think we got it. We can turn that dust collector off, because we're going to go back to the stones, and I'm going to need to change that out before I do the next pair. I got some kind of gum all over these. Alright, let's move the camera again. So where's everybody watching from? I know Home Spark, he's in Aurora, Illinois. Everybody ought to check out his channel. He does some great videos on sharpening. Can't see that real good. I do not like the edge on that knife. I mean that blade. I'm gonna resharpen this. Hey James, where you at in Texas? I'm in Galveston County, and I don't like that edge. It's got a weird look to it. So we're gonna go back to the flat hone on both of them. This one doesn't look as bad. But I don't like it. I'm gonna go down a couple more degrees. It's got a little couple. Whoever sharpened them last must have did it freehand, because the blades are very uneven. Alright, looks good. See, I've got some kind of weird junk on this. Let me see if I can clean that off. You're right up the road then. Cleveland, Texas. Well, James, I appreciate you watching. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button. Come on, man. Only one person has hit the thumbs up button. Help me out. Help the algorithm out. All right. I didn't like the way it looked after the first sharpening. I didn't like it at all. Yes, I charge for sharpening. I charge $20 per pair for pet grooming shears when they bring them to me. All right, so Princess, we are sharpening pet grooming shears for a dog groomer. All right, that looks a lot better. I don't know what happened on that first one. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the edge angle. Looks like the previous sharpener had put two different edge angles on that edge. And so I had some weird reflection in the light. Light is your friend here for sure. All right, so we already worked the ride line earlier, so I only have to do a little bit more work on the ride lines. Looks real good. Mr. Spock, thank you very much for popping in. Appreciate your support as always of the channel. So I'm looking at that edge. I want it to be very shiny along that edge. I want an even ride line all the way down the blade. And we'll pretty much have that. That looks good. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button. I hope you subscribe to the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. We're Sharp and Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and these are pet grooming shears. We do clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. No, I have not sharpened anything from Klingons. There's a little spot right there that I don't like in the light. That looks good. Okay, so that was the 1500 stone. Now we're going to finish with a 5000. So, Mr. Spock, why do you have Yoda as your picture? Why don't you have Spock on there? Maybe right there. All right, that looks good. That looks real good. Okay, so we're ready pretty much to reassemble them and see how they cut. Logically, of course, exactly. Spock is always logical. I need my Yoda translator to say something clever. Sorry. I'm not that quick on my feet when it comes to speaking like Yoda, Master Yoda. Thanks, James. I try. I don't claim to be a master sharpener. I don't like these screws like this because now it's hard to get them tight. I was debating whether to take them apart or not, and I don't think I'm going to take apart the curved ones. I think I'm going to leave them. All right, so I got them sharp. They seem to be cutting well. I need a bumper on that, so I'm going to have to put a bumper in that. I'm not going to waste y'all's time me going through that and gluing it, but it needs a bumper. If we have time at the end, we'll fix them. Let's see if they cut now. So if you were at the beginning of the video, you saw me trying to cut the fur, and it wouldn't cut towards the back. Now it's cutting towards the back. Cutting in the middle, cutting in the middle. Is it cutting at the tip? Look at that, it's cutting great now. So the stylist should be happy that these shears cut now. Okay, so we got the straight ones done. Now we're going to do the curved shears. We're going to put these over here and come back to them because we got to put a bumper on those. And we need to put a bumper on this one too. This one's missing the bumper also. You can see they're closing past where they should. They should close about right there, and they're closing past. So I am not going to take that screw out. Oh, God. I'm debating whether to take it out or not. Let's see if it'll even move. No, I'm not even going to mess with it, because if I break that screw, I'm screwed. So let's move it over. Let's clean them up first a little bit. They just got a little bit of smudge on them, some rust, surface rust. We're going to use the Scotch-Brite wheel. I guess I shouldn't call it a Scotch-Brite wheel because it's not really Scotch-Brite. It's cheap Chinese. Oh, what's going on? So these had some surface rust on them and some junk. I put the shears in my ultrasonic cleaner. It didn't get them all perfectly clean. So we're just going to use a little Scotch-Brite pad to clean them up, just cosmetic. Doesn't do anything for the cutting. That's good enough. That's good enough right there. So we're not going to move it back because I'm going to sharpen these freehand, and I'm not going to take them apart. So we do basically the same process. I'm going to mark the edge with a marker so I can see where the edge angle is. I need to move the light. There we go. I normally like to take a shear apart, but this one, the screw is so tight on it, I'm afraid if I start trying to take that off and I break that screw, I don't have a replacement screw for it. So this is not the ideal way of sharpening curved shears, but this is what we're going to do. I think he'll just be happy that I got him to cut, because they weren't cutting at all. All right, so we got a burr. We're going to do another pass or two. That looks real good. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching out there. I hope y'all hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Your support for our YouTube channel does help our little business grow. We do mail-in sharpening from all around the United States. I got an upholstery shop in North Carolina sending me some scissors right now. They're on their way. And he found me on a YouTube video. So it's good for business. And I enjoy talking to folks. And I got somebody coming in right now. So you're going to hear a conversation with a client. And I'm going to have to put the dog in the garage, or back in the house, I think. All right, so that side is done. And we're going to do the other side now. All right, I'm gonna leave the camera running while I talk to the client. I'm gonna take my microphone off. I hope y'all stick with me here. I have somebody coming up to the gate. So y'all hang tight. There goes the dogs. Give me this. You got some more? I'll do them anyway. Hang on one second. All right, folks, I got to run. So y'all take care.